how a discovery about pagan Rome shed light on early Christian history. We're talking about the Roman Empire, and we know that they had control over the areas of Israel, ancient Greece, Egypt. And this, what we see here, is a part of a monument, the inscription, the Delphi Inscription, pinpointing St. Paul's visit to Corinth. It's an ancient inscription discovered back in 1905. It helped clarify St. Paul's journey of evangelization in Greece, and it sheds light on early church history. Now, it has to do with one of Paul's trials and how a Roman official handled it. According to Acts of the Apostles, chapter 18, when Galio was proconsul of Achaia, Achaia was the province of Greece, where Corinth is located, and we know that Paul had visited Corinth many times. He used to like to stay at Aquila and Priscilla's house. They were a married couple. So it says here in chapter 18, when Galio was proconsul of Achaia, the Jews rose up together against Paul and brought him to the tribunal, saying, "This man is inducing people to worship God contrary to the law." When Paul was about to reply, Galio spoke to the Jews, "If it were a matter of some crime or malicious fraud, I should with reason hear the complaint of you Jews, but since it's a question of arguments over doctrine and titles and your own law, see to it yourselves. I do not wish to be a judge of such matters." And he drove them away from the tribunal. They all seized Sosthenes, the synagogue official, and beat him in full view of the tribunal, but none of this was the concern of Galio. Now, according to this fragment, this is called the Delphi fragment, the Delphi inscription, or the Galio inscription. It's a name given to the collection of 9 fragments of a letter written by the Roman Emperor Claudius around 52 AD, which was discovered early in the 20th century at the Temple of Apollo in Delphi. The text, the reconstruction of inscription begins this way: Tiberius Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus, invested with tribunical power for the 12th time, acclaimed imperator for the 26th time, father of the fatherland. For a long time have I been not only well disposed towards the city of Delphi, but also solicitous for its prosperity, and have always guarded the cult of the Pythian Apollo, but now since it is said to be destitute of citizens, as Junius Galio, my friend and proconsul, recently reported to me, and being desirous that Delphi should retain intact its former rank, I order you to invite well-born people also from other cities to Delphi as its new inhabitants. The reference to proconsul Galio in the inscription provides an important marker for developing a chronology of the life of Apostle Paul by relating it to the trial of Paul in Achaia, mentioned in the Acts of the Apostles. Now, proconsul is an official of ancient Rome who acted on behalf of a consul. A proconsul was typically a former consul of the team. The term is used in recent history for officials with delegated authority. And Galio, Lucius Junius Galio Annaeus, or Galio, was a Roman senator and brother of the famous writer Seneca. He's best known for his impartial judgment of a legal case involving Paul the Apostle in Corinth. So Lucius Junius Galio Annaeus, or Galio, was a Roman senator, brother of the famous writer Seneca, best known for his impartial judgment of the legal case involving Paul the Apostle in Corinth, as we just read. Galio, originally named Lucius Annaeus Novatus, the son of the rhetorician Seneca the Elder, and the elder brother Seneca the Younger, was born in Cordova of Spain in the year 5 BC. This is according to Wikipedia, and I'll leave links below for you for this. He was adopted by Lucius Junius Galio, a rhetorician of some repute, from whom he took the name of Junius Galio. His brother Seneca, who dedicated to him the treatises De Ira and De Vita Beata speaks of the charm of his disposition, also alluded to by the poet Statius. It's probable that he was banished to Corsica with his brother and that they returned together to Rome when Agrippina selected Seneca to be tutor to Nero. And towards the close of the reign of Claudius, Galio was proconsul of newly constituted senatorial province of Achaia. This is where the city of Corinth is located, but seems to have been compelled by ill health to resign the post within a few years. He was referred to by Claudius as my friend and proconsul in the Delphi Inscription, about 52 AD. Now, Galio and the Book of Acts. According to the Book of Acts of the New Testament, he dismissed the charge brought by the Jews against Paul the Apostle, Acts 18, verse 12 to 17. His behavior on this occasion, quote, but Galio cared for none of these things, end quote, verse 17, showed his disregard for Jewish sensitivities, and also the impartial attitude of Roman officials towards Christianity in its early days. Galio's tenure can be fairly accurately dated between 51 to 52 AD. Therefore, the events of Acts 18 can be dated to this period exactly. This is significant because it's the most accurately known date in the life of St. Paul. So this is what this inscription of the Delphi inscription from the words of Galio tells us. It gives us evidence outside of the Holy Bible, New Testament, historical, archaeological, anthropological evidence as to what took place in the life of the early Christian church, in the events that took place in the life of the Apostle St. Paul. He was not one of the 12 disciples of Christ. He was actually, he never met Christ. He found Christ. He was actually against the Christians, as we know. He persecuted the Christians, and he was even standing by during the martyrdom of the first Christian saint, Saint Stephen, the deacon. Later, when he had a vision of Christ on his way to Damascus, Syria, that was his Damascus moment. That's when he was a witness to the apparition, to his apostleship that Christ was ready to bring him into. So I'll leave links below for you for this, about the discovery about pagan Rome, the Roman Empire, and their writings shedding light on the early Christian church, the Delphi inscription that was found in the beginning of the 1900s in the Temple of Apollo in Delphi. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.